morning friends, my name is Mihir and today we are going to have lecture on vehicle performance and safety part 2. What is chassis dynamometer, what is active safety, what are the safety levels. These all are the topics which we are going to discuss today. In my earlier part, what I have discussed is parameters related to vehicle, then concept of various road resistance to the vehicle, that is air and wind resistance, gradient resistance, road resistance. In road resistance there are two types of resistance, which is rolling and frictions resistance. These things we have discussed, their formula, what are they, their explanation has been done. Then we have also discussed traction and traction effort, what is traction and what is traction effort. After that we have discussed road performance curve, that is acceleration, gradability, drop or pull. These are things were discussed in earlier part. Now we are going to discuss about what is the of chassis dynamometer, what is its use, how is it used to test the vehicle. This is all we have going to discuss in these topics. Now vehicle testing on chassis dynamometer. So this is the figure of chassis dynamometer as it is shown, and similar figure is given in your textbook. Okay, a chassis dynamometer is also called as rolling rod device, used for vehicle testing and development in performance of vehicle. Okay, first point what we get, it is a device which is used to testing of vehicle. So chassis dynamometer is also called as rolling rod device, used for vehicle testing and development in performance of vehicle. Then the second point is used for measuring power and torque of a driving wheel. So what is its uses? So its uses is to measure the power and torque at driving wheel. Measure the power and torque at driving wheel. Of course the torque is at driving wheel because engine is attached by transmission shafts to the driving wheel, so torque will be developed at driving wheel. So what is the use of chassis dynamometer? Its use is to measure the power and torque of driving wheel. Okay, what is our next point? Our next point is to measure fuel consumption and emission measurements. Okay, तो इसका तीसरा जो यूज है वो क्या है? Its use is to measure fuel consumption and the emission measurements. Okay, now we will discuss this all in later. First of all I will read them all and explain you in small way, in little way, then we will discuss it in broad. Now fourth point is to determine real fuel consumption in variable loads. What is to determine real fuel consumption in variable loads? Okay, so now this diagram which is given in your textbook also, I will define the diagram first. So this is the vehicle which we have to test. Okay, now this vehicle driving wheels are this rear vehicle, this is rear wheel driving vehicle. So this is the wheel on which torque is acting or power is transmitted from engine to this. So here is engine and it is transmitting its power here. Okay, so here torque is acting. These are the rollers. Now it is given here drive rollers, so you can see these are the drive rollers and it is coupled to power absorption unit. This is the power absorption unit. This is big roller. Okay, and these are small roller which are coupled with chain, belt, etc. The first wheel which is forbidden to move with the help of chokes. Now you can see these blocks are the chokes. And what are these? So these are hold down straps. This is hold down straps for front, this is hold down strap for back. Okay, so firstly vehicle is mounted on this setup. If the vehicle is rear wheel drive, so the roller are placed on rear wheels. If it is front wheel drive, then the rollers are placed on front wheel, and if it is four wheel drive, then the rollers will be on both both the side, that is rear and front. Now it is rear wheel drive, so the rear wheel drive is coupled with drive rollers, and then the drive rollers are attached with power absorption unit, as you can see. Now this power absorption unit, now this rotate with this, then this power absorption unit is coupled with or is attached to torque arm. This yellow one you can see, this is the torque arm, and then it is attached to torque load sensor transducer. This is torque load sensor transducer. Then you can see here the car bonnet is open, and then the engine data is sent to the control controller with the help of this cable. Okay, with the help of this cable, everything, the load, etc., what torque, rpm, hp, everything which we have to measure is sent by this cable to the control console with the help of, that is, engine data is sent with this cable. Now this is Chinese chassis dynamometer, this is the naming given, full setup. Now this here it is a control console or control panel, whatever we can say. Now here we have given hp, torque, rpm, load control. This is the load control device which is used to control this load. We can vary the load, as you can see here in this point we have covered that the load may be varied and the performance of the vehicle can be checked. Okay, load data sent to control console. Now also here torque arm and torque sensor is there, which is connected to the rear wheel, so this also send the some data which is related to torque to this control console. Okay, then what we can see now, we will see what is the main we have read this, what are the main points to be remembered while you give the exam. So a chassis dynamometer is also called as rolling road device. So chassis dynamometer is also known as rolling road device. Okay, used for vehicle testing and development in performance of vehicle. Why is it used? It is used for vehicle testing, development in performance of vehicle. Now used for measuring power and torque of driving wheel. Now to measure fuel consumption, amount of fuel needed, then to emission measurements. This okay. Now first point is clear, that what is chassis dynamometer. So it is also known as rolling road device. Oh, and what is the use of chassis dynamometer? The use of chassis dynamometer is used for vehicle testing and development of performance of vehicle. So which type of testing is done on vehicle on chassis dynamometer? So power is measured with the help of chassis dynamometer. Amount of torque generated by the wheels, this is measured, and now we can see the load is varied. Here we can see load control, so the load is varied. So if the load is varied, then the fuel efficiency will be different on each load. So what is the fuel efficiency of dynamometer on increasing gradability, or on rough road, or on highway? This all the changes are done on with the help of load control, or the load is applied to this, and we can use it to measure the fuel consumption which is going to which vehicle is going to take. Okay, then emission measurement. Okay, at different loads emissions will be different, so emission measurement can also be done here. So chassis dynamometer is a multi-purpose thing on which many things can be tested. And the fourth point is our to determine real fuel consumption in variable loads. Now we know that whenever we go to buy a vehicle, we see the average of vehicle fuel consumption etc. अब जब भी हम गाड़ी लेने जाते हैं तो वो हमें बताते हैं कि इसका एवरेज 40 किलोमीटर से। अब बुलेट है आपके पास, बुलेट 350 सीसी, तो उसका वो एवरेज बताते हैं 40 किलोमीटर से, पर हम रोड पे चलाते हैं तब उसका एवरेज वो 33-35 देते। क्यों? क्योंकि वेरिएबल लोड्स, फिर ट्रैफिक, इस सब चीज़ों में वो वेरी होता है। जब भी वो कैलकुलेट करते हैं तब वो सिर्फ प्लेन रास्ते के हिसाब से करते हैं, वो ब्रेकिंग पावर वगैरह एक्सेट्रा ये सब नहीं इतनी टेस्टिंग करते, कि इसके वजह से हमारा जो एवरेज है वो अलग आता है। इसलिए फिर चैसिस डायनामोमीटर पे क्या होता है कि वो हर लोड पे ट्रैफिक वगैरह ऐसा समझ के वो गाड़ी का रन करते हैं, या फिर लोड वेरी करते हैं, लोड कम करते हैं, लोड ज़्यादा करते हैं, जिसके वजह से हमें कितना फ्यूल कंज्यूम होने वाला है वो समझ जाता है। उसके बाद उनकी कंडीशनिंग, गाड़ी की कंडीशनिंग, ये सब समझ जाता है। सो दिस 4 पॉइंट्स आर क्लियर। I'll repeat them again. Chassis dynamometer also is called as rolling road device. Second thing is it is used for vehicle testing and development in performance of vehicle. Okay, it is used for measuring power and torque of driving vehicle. Why is it used? To measure power and torque of driving vehicle. Third point is it shows fuel consumption at different loads, emission measurement. These all can be done here. Now fourth point is to determine real fuel consumption and variable loads. Okay, now in next slide we are going to see chassis dynamometer in more efficient way, or we can see it in more precise. We are going to see it in detailed way how it is working. So the chassis dynamometer is designed to add the sum of all the forces that are applied to a vehicle when driven on an actual road course to be simulated through the tires and calculated in the test result. Now see, chassis dynamometer is designed to add sum of all the forces that are applied on a vehicle when the driving of an actual road course to be simulated through the tires, okay, and calculated in the test result. Now you can see in here in this diagram how are they getting all the forces which are acting on the vehicle with the help of tires. How with the help of tires? The tires which is having the driving force, that is driving power, that is torque acting, these are connected to the driving rollers which is coupled with torque arm and then further with torque sensor. Okay, so now dynamometer is designed to add all the sums which are sum of forces which are acting on the vehicle, and it is calculated with the help of tires. Okay, increasing air drag with the speed on the road manifest as increased braking force. So I have told you, as we ride the vehicle on the road, the average given by the vehicle is different told by company. So why this happened? Due to braking force of vehicle, etc. Okay, so increasing air drag with the speed of the road manifest as increasing braking force of the vehicle wheel. Now this chassis dynamometer testing takes place in a room or in a closed area, but we drive bike on road, so there is air resistance which is again acting on our vehicle. Obviously there is gradient resistance, there is road resistance, etc. This all the resistance are acting on a vehicle. So the chassis dynamometer reading which is given to us while testing, that is also not totally correct, it is partially correct, that is that it can be plus minus 1 2 etc. The aim is to make the vehicle on the dynamometer accelerate and decelerate the same way as on the real road. So what is the aim of chassis dynamometer? So the main aim of chassis dynamometer is to accelerate and decelerate the same way on the real road. जैसे गाड़ी हमारे रियल रोड्स पे चलती है, उसी सेम तरीके से हम वो चैसिस डायनामोमीटर पे रन करने की उसे कोशिश करेंगे. इट इज़ देयर मेन एम. सो ऐसा नहीं होता कि सेम आने वाला है. पर वो कंडीशन वो अप्लाई करते हैं कि वो ऐसा हो। इसलिए उसके बाद हमारा पॉइंट है, फर्स्ट यू नीड टू नो द पैरामीटर्स ऑफ द बिहेवियर ऑफ द व्हीकल ऑन रियल रोड इन ऑर्डर टू गेट रोड पैरामीटर्स। तो अगर आपको पैरामीटर्स पता होंगे रियल रोड के, तभी आप रोड पैरामीटर्स आप डायनोमीटर पे आइडियलाइज कर सकते हैं कि कैसा है क्या नहीं है। व्हीकल मस्ट बी ड्रिवन ऑन आइडियल फ्लैट रोड विथ नो विंड फॉर एनी डायरेक्शन। तो मैंने आपको बताया जैसे हम रोड पे गाड़ी चला रहे हैं तो एयर रेजिस्टेंस विंड रेजिस्टेंस होने वाला है, पर इसमें आप क्या देख रहे हो कि रोड पैरामीटर्स व्हीकल मस्ट बी ड्राइविंग ऑन आइडियल फ्लैट रोड। अब रोड तो फ्लैट है ये हम गारंटी नहीं दे सकते। रोड विथ नो विंड फ्रॉम एनी डायरेक्शन, गियर set to neutral and time needed to slow down without braking is measured in certain intervals। जब रोलर प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं तो रोलर कैसे प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं, वो यूनिफॉर्म रहते हैं, वो ऊपर नीचे नहीं रहते। तो हमारे रोड तो ऊपर नीचे रहते हैं, तो इसलिए उनका जो एवरेज, उनका जो टॉर्क, उनका जो पावर दिया गया रहता है कंपनी से, वो पावर और हमारा पावर डिफरेंट रहता है, ठीक है। और उसके बाद यहाँ दिया गया है विदाउट ब्रेकिंग कितना देर लगता है 100 to 90 किलोमीटर से स्टॉप होने में या स्लो डाउन होने में, ये सब भी चेक किया जाता है, ठीक है। एग्जाम्पल 100 to 90 किलोमीटर पर आवर, 90 to 80 किलोमीटर पर आवर, 80, 70, 70, 60 एक्सेट्रा। स्लोइंग डाउन फ्रॉम हायर स्पीड टेक्स शॉर्टर टाइम मेनली ड्यू टू एयर रेजिस्टेंस। तो जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि ये जो टेस्टिंग होती है चेसिस डायनोमीटर की, ये इंडस्ट्रीज में होती है या फिर एक कमरे में होती है, मतलब बड़ा कमरा में, जिसमें एयर रेजिस्टेंस वगैरह जो रोड पे होता है वो उतना नहीं रहता है, या फिर ग्रेडेबिलिटी जो है वो उतनी यूनिफॉर्म नहीं रहती है, उनके प्लेन रोड जैसा उन्होंने रोलर बनाया रहता है, ठीक है। तो अगर आप रास्ते पे चला रहे हो उसी स्पीड से तो शायद आपको कम टाइम लगेगा गाड़ी रोकने के लिए। क्यों? क्योंकि एयर रेजिस्टेंस रहने वाला आपका, ग्रेडेबिलिटी रहने वाली, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, ग्रेटिट्यूड रहने वाला है आपका, ये सब चीज़ें रहने वाली आपकी। तो हम फिर से एक बार पढ़ते हैं और रेड में मार्क करते हैं व्हाट आर ऑल इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स। चैसिस डायनोमीटर इज डिजाइन्ड टू ऐड सम ऑफ all the forces that are applied to vehicle. Why is it designed to add sum of all the forces applied to vehicle? When driven on an actual road course to be simulated through the tires and calculated in test result, increasing air drag with the speed on the road manifest as increasing braking force on the vehicle wheels. The aim, what is the aim? The aim is to make the vehicle on the dynamometer accelerate and decelerate the same way as on real road. Okay, first you need to know parameters of the behavior of the vehicle on a real road. In order to get road parameters, vehicle must be driven on ideal flat road with no wind for any direction, gear set to neutral and time needed to slow down without braking is measured with certain interval. Now, gear set to neutral and time needed to slow down without braking is measured in certain intervals. ये भी एक पॉइंट आपको याद रखना है, ओके। स्लोइंग डाउन फ्रॉम हायर स्पीड टेक्स शॉर्टर टाइम मेनली ड्यू टू एयर रेजिस्टेंस। तो ये जो रेड में मैंने आपको मार्क करके दिया है, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो है चेसिस डायनोमीटर के, जो आपको याद रखना है। ये आप लिख सकते हैं एग्जाम में, ओके। तो यहाँ पे हमने देखा डायग्राम में क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं। तो डायग्राम में पहले क्या चीज़ है, पहले तो आपकी आ गई व्हीकल, उसको आगे पीछे जो ड्राइविंग व्हील है उसको आगे ड्राइव रोलर्स जो कपल्ड किए गए आपके पावर एब्जॉर्प्शन यूनिट के साथ, और आगे के जो व्हील है उसको लॉक कर दिया गया है विद द हेल्प ऑफ चोक्स, और पूरी जो व्हीकल है उसको लॉक कर दिया गया है विद द हेल्प ऑफ होल्ड डाउन स्ट्रैप्स। ठीक है। और फिर जो पीछे के रियर व्हील है जो हमारे ड्राइव रोलर्स को अटैच है और ड्राइव रोलर पावर एब्जॉर्प्शन यूनिट को अटैच्ड है, वो हमारे अटैच्ड है टॉर्क आर्म को। टॉर्क आर्म किसको अटैच्ड है, तो टॉर्क लोड सेंसर को। और फिर ये यहाँ से ये इंफॉर्मेशन और आगे से बोनेट के थ्रू इंजन की इंफॉर्मेशन सब जाती कहाँ पे है, कंट्रोल कंसोल को। तो ये डायग्राम आप याद रखना, ये डायग्राम आपको निकालनी है जब भी आपको पूछा जाए व्हाट इज चैसिस डायनामोमीटर। नाउ वी विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक। अब ये जो है ये है एक्चुअल इंडस्ट्री में कैसा होता है। तो आप देख सकते हैं ये एसयूवी है, तो ये 4 व्हील ड्राइव है, इसलिए आपको रियर व्हील और फ्रंट व्हील दोनों के लिए रोलर दिए गए हैं। दिस इज रियल व्हील रोलर, दिस इज फ्रंट व्हील रोलर, दिस फ्रंट व्हील रियल व्हील। और ये क्या है, ये हमारा है होल्ड राउंड स्ट्रैप। तो मैंने आपको बताया था जैसे आपको डायग्राम में दिया गया है। और फिर ये बोनेट के थ्रू ये आपका जाता है ये कंट्रोल कंसोल को। ये डमी बिठाया जाता है लोड, एक सिंगल पर्सन के साथ गाड़ी का लोड वगैरह या फिर वैरी वगैरह किया तो कैसा होता है। उसके बाद आप देख सकते हो ये जो रियल व्हील है और ये फ्रंट व्हील का रोलर है, ये दोनों को यहाँ पे टॉर्क आर्म एंड टॉर्क लोड सेंसर से यहाँ पे कपल्ड किया गया है। ठीक है, ये कपलिंग है, ये आपका रोलर से ये टॉर्क लोड यहाँ पे जाता है और यहाँ की पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन जाती है आपकी यहाँ पे, ठीक है, कंट्रोल कंसोल को। तो यहाँ पे आप रीड कर सकते हैं। और ये जो व्हीकल है इसका वेट इस पे पूरा इस चीज़ पे ये रोलर्स पे एक्ट होता है। ये रोलर्स आपके रोड जैसे बिहेव करते हैं, ठीक है। ये बीच में कोई सपोर्ट नहीं रहता, ये ग्राउंड क्लियरेंस ही रहता है सर।